Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Manchester United are back. Erik ten Hag has transformed Manchester United. Gotta say, Erik ten Hag is one of the best managers in the world. Yesterday, Manchester United beat Newcastle 2-0 at Wembley in the Carabao Cup final. Erik ten Hag won his first trophy as Manchester United manager, and it was Man United's first trophy in 6 years. Erik ten Hag has got us to the last 16 of the Europa League. He's got us to the 5th round of the FA Cup and got us up to 3rd in the league. So you can see the progress he's made. You know, Manchester United could possibly win the quadruple this season. What an achievement that would be for Erik ten Hag in his first full season as United manager. Revert back to the start of this season, I did say ten Hag's expectations this season would be just to get Man United a top 4 finish. Erik ten Hag is our best manager since Ferguson. He's around 10 months now into his managerial tenure at Man United. Man United appointed Erik ten Hag in April last year. He is under contract with Man United until 2025. He's Man United's 5th permanent manager since Ferguson. You know, a while ago, ten Hag got named Premier League Manager of the Month. You know, ten Hag has brought players in. Revert back to January, he brought Sabitzer in on loan, Weghorst in on loan and Jack Butland in on loan. Unfortunately, in January, he didn't make any permanent signings. Revert back to last summer, ten Hag brought the likes of Terrell Malaysia in, Lisandro Martinez, Casemiro, Anthony and Dubravka. Erik ten Hag has spent over 200 million as United manager. He's enjoyed 2 transfer windows at the club so far. You know, in the summer, ten Hag is looking to recommend more players in. Well, obviously, Man United will obviously get money for winning the Carabao Cup. Obviously, we're finishing the top 4 this season, we'll get money for that. And if we win another trophy, you know, we'll get more money for that. On the other side of things, in the summer, you know, Erik ten Hag is preparing a summer clear out. Ten Hag has got rid of a lot of players since he became Man United manager. But revert back to when ten Hag was at Ajax, he did very well because he won every device titles, he won Dutch Cups. Back in 2019, got Ajax to the Champions League semi-finals and he developed the young players well. And before managed Utrecht, Bayern Munich's reserves and Go Ahead Eagles. Manchester United do play West Ham at Old Trafford in the FA Cup 5th round on Wednesday night. David Moyes will be having a reunion with Man United. David Moyes is in his 2nd spell at West Ham. You know, in his 2nd spell at West Ham, he's been the West Ham manager for over 3 years. He got appointed in as the West Ham manager in December 2019. He is under contract to West Ham until 2024. Moyes has been under pressure this season because West Ham have enjoyed a very poor season to their standards. They're 16th in the league. You know, look at last season, West Ham finished like 6th. You know, they got a place in Europe. David Moyes obviously got sacked in his first spell at West Ham. Before, Moyes managed Real Sociedad, got sacked from them. He got sacked from Sunderland because he got Sunderland relegated. Man United sacked Moyes after like 8 or 9 months. He only enjoyed a short managerial tenure at the club. Moyes became Man United manager when Ferguson retired back in 2013. You know, Ferguson was the one that recommended him in. Before, Moyes managed Everton. He did well at Everton, to be fair. He was a long-serving manager with them. He enjoyed 11 years with Everton. And before, managed Preston. West Ham won their last game against Nottingham Forest 4-0. West Ham, you know, they've got good players in their team. So I'm surprised they're in the position they're in. You know, they've got Skamaka, who's made an impact. Pablo Fornals is a good attacking player. West Ham got him from Villarreal. Ben Rama, West Ham got him from Brentford. Jared Bowen, West Ham got him from Hull. Mikel Antonio. He's had quite a few injuries as a West Ham player. Maxwell Cornet, he's out with injury at the moment. Vladimir Sufal, he's injured. Recently picked up an injury. Thomas Soucek, I highly rate him. Declan Rice, very good defensive midfielder. He's predominantly a defensive midfielder, but can be deployed as a centre-back. Man United have been chasing Declan Rice for quite some time. He's going to cost at least 100 million if West Ham are to sell him in the summer. A while ago, Declan Rice was talking about wanting to play for the team in the Champions League. Rice has been at West Ham since 2014. Before West Ham, he was at Chelsea. He was in their youth setup, but he actually never got in Chelsea's first team. Manuel Lanzini's still at West Ham. Emerson, I think they got him from Chelsea. Ben Johnson. Kurt Zouma. Kurt Zouma is out with injury at the moment. He's a defender. Don't forget a while ago, he got done for being cruel to his pet cat. Aaron Cresswell, he's a very good left back. Angelo Ogbonna. West Ham's first choice goalkeeper is Lucas Fabianski, is it? Or is it Areola? But they have got Fabianski, he's just picked up an injury. And yeah, they have got Areola. So they're a lot of the players that West Ham do have. Don't forget, West Ham lost Craig Dawson. They lost Darren Randolph. Quite a few years ago, lost Sebastian Haller. To be honest with you, he wasn't good enough when he was at West Ham. Manchester United beat West Ham at Old Trafford in the league earlier on in the season, 1-0. The goal came from Marcus Rashford. But yeah, I am expecting Man United to win this game against West Ham. So we should progress to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. It'd be nice to win the FA Cup. Man United have not won it since 2016. We won it under the Louis van Gaal era. Man United have won the FA Cup around 12 or 13 times. Manchester United are coming into this game, as you all know, on the back of a 2-0 win against Newcastle at Wembley in the Carabao Cup final. As far as I'm aware, we've just got 3 players missing. That's Martial. Well, Martial's been hampered with injuries this season. Eriksen's injured. He's out until April, early May with an ankle injury. And Van der Beek's out with a knee injury. But he's a squad player anyway, doesn't play. Rashford was injured before the game against Newcastle, but he's now recovered from injury. He actually was a doubt for the final. I thought Ten Hag did make a risk by starting Rashford in the final because he didn't look fully fit. But it paid off anyway because Rashford did score Man United's second goal against Newcastle. It did take a deflection off Seven Botman. It initially got given as a Seven Botman own goal and then obviously it got changed to Rashford's goal. Rashford has got 25 goals in all competitions this season. What a season he's enduring. This is certainly his best season as a United player. And obviously, you know the news regarding the Glazers. Man United bids may not be high enough to convince the Glazers to sell. You know, the Glazers have been demanding $6 billion. Prior to the game against Newcastle in the final, it said Joel and Avram Glazer are reluctant to sell Man United. By the way, Avram Glazer did attend the final. There's no assurances that the Glazers are going anywhere. In November last year, the Glazers announced that the club was up for sale. And since then, Man United have had a lot of interest. The Glazers have owned Man United for 18 years. They bought the club for around 790 million back in 2005. Qatari investors have been interested in buying Man United. Sir Jim Ratcliffe's been interested in buying the club for quite some time. But anyway, guys, on my next video, I'll be giving you my predictions for the game against West Ham. So drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless.